As we all know, San Francisco is coming off a disastrous 2-14 season.
For over 20 years now, sports anchor and reporter Rick Quan has made a name for himself, becoming the first Chinese-American man to be a weekday anchor in a major market news affiliate.
And was there a certain sports broadcaster that inspired you that I want to be a sports reporter myself?
No, I don't think there was one certain person. I did enjoy listening to the Houston Astros broadcasters back then. Back in the day, the two big names were a guy named Gene Elston and Lowell Pass. And, you know, back when games weren't so readily televised, you pretty much were stuck to the transistor radio listening to them. And so they became almost like, I guess, your friends in a way. But over the years, no, there wasn't one person. I think one person I did admire a lot, though, was Al Michaels with ABC. Of course, you know, his famous "Do You Believe in Miracles" call and things like that.
You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable!
After graduating from the University of Texas with a bachelor's degree in radio and TV, Rick Quan received a weekend sports anchor position in Jonesboro, Arkansas, then transferring to KITV in Honolulu, Hawaii, where he also reported for sports. After 7 years in Hawaii, he decided to move to San Francisco to report and anchor for sports for CBS 5 News.
It's a big time here in San Francisco. You know, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams, a basketball team. It was, you know, people ask, well, why leave from Hawaii? And I said, well, San Francisco is the one market I think I would leave Hawaii for because it's such a beautiful area, plus that it's such a great sports town with so many teams to cover.
In March of 2008, Rick Quan was part of a huge layoff at CBS 5 and decided to start his own company called Rick Quan Productions.
And I wanted to decide, I had to decide, well, okay, what do I want to do next? Do I want to stay in the business or do I want to get to something totally different? And I realized I really do love telling people stories. But for me now to do it, I would have to learn how to edit, learn how to shoot, and not just be the interviewer. So I took it upon myself to learn those type of skills. And because I've been in the Bay Area enough, I had enough connections to the local media to get these press passes, to still get to go to the games and share these stories about other people.
Hi, I'm Chris Suzuki. You're watching Asian American Sports with Rick Quan.
In addition to doing his own production company, Rick Quan also has his own website called AsianAmericanSports.com, where he brings stories of Asian American athletes in the field.
I don't see that much coverage going to Asian American sports figures. There are some, but not that much. And I know among the Asian American community, they take great pride in seeing an Asian American competing at that level.
With working for those 2 companies and also working part-time on ABC 7, Rick Quan is still not stopping on what he loves to do.
But I've had a chance to see a lot of things. I've had a chance to travel, meet a whole lot of interesting people. I think touch a lot of lives through the stories that I do. So for me, I'm very grateful that I've had this opportunity.